What's up, folks? Dan here. We are back again with another episode of Q&A Tuesday. And going to be a short one today, not much in the way of questions. I think that's mostly my fault because last week I forgot to turn my mic on. I've got a little switch here on my headset. You can see I turned the mic on and off. And turn my mic off. So, yeah, apologies for that. We should have sound this week. I checked before I recorded this time. So, this week's question was, if you're an American, did you vote? If not, why not? If you're not American, how does the political system work in your country, and what do you like or dislike about it? Now, here in America, there's been a lot of upheaval over the last week over the results of the presidential election, as well as the Senate and House races and all local races and blah-de-blah. But long story short, Donald Trump won, as I'm sure you're aware if you're watching this, and quite a few people are upset about it. As for me personally, I did vote for Hillary Clinton. I do not like Donald Trump. Not a big Hillary Clinton fan either, but not to get too political here, I just really dislike the rhetoric that Donald Trump pushed during his entire campaign, and I also dislike the people that he is choosing to surround himself with. I am probably going to be starting a politics channel sometime in the very near future. So if you're interested in what sort of... Oh, lost life. If you're interested in what sort of political thoughts I have, this is not the place to get them, but you may be able to get them soon elsewhere on YouTube. So, moving on, let's see what people have to say, and like I said, there's not much today, mostly because last week's video sucked, I imagine, because there was no audio, and you had to go to Facebook to see it. Ugh. So, Sunbreaker Widowmaker says, where's the audio? And the answer is lost forever. John Smith says, a year too short to vote, and last week's question, what I meant about lifting earlier was actually exercising when younger. I really was just a potato till like 14, and badass Viking equals Beowulf. Yes, okay, so we're going to break that apart a little bit for references. So, question from last week was, if you were, if you go back to 5 years old with the knowledge that you have right now, what would you do differently? What John Smith was saying there is he originally said he was going to work out more. I said weightlifting wasn't great for kids necessarily, and he said he was just going to work out more because he's a potato. That's funny. I like that. Then also I was asked to cover Dovahkiin, the one from the trailer in Skyrim, and I was like, not really a developed character. And I said, if you want me to do a badass Viking, pick a badass Viking character for me to do. And the answer from John Smith is Beowulf, and Beowulf is a badass. So yes, I agree. Beowulf would not be bad. We're currently covering Agent 47 over on the blog, but Beowulf wouldn't be a bad character to move to. So thank you, John Smith, for the suggestion. And we're going to move on to BenRex777, who says, answering the political question, says, here in Switzerland, we can vote not only for the people, for the government, but we can take an initiative to create a new law. That's pretty cool. This is very great and makes Switzerland one of the freest nations, but like in most nations, only a part of the people go vote. I do. Good for you. Do that civic duty. The heads of Switzerland are so unimportant that most of the Swiss people don't know their names. They can travel in public trains without fear of being attacked. That's funny. Yeah, I blame part of America's celebrity culture on that, but also the way the government is structured. Obviously, there's more power concentrated into a smaller number of people, especially the president. I like the freedom we have in Switzerland, and all the problems I have with my government are first world problems. But things like lack of patriotism are a bit sad. Hey, listen, patriotism ain't all it's cracked up to be. Just saying. Switzerland has a very important resource in its knowledge, innovations, and geographical position in Europe, but it too often misses to play its cards and lets others take the lead. You know what? I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, and of course I'm not Swiss, so I can't speak on this too well, but I will say it seems like your country's done pretty well for itself in the past. Just saying. I mean, you guys seem to have done pretty well over the past couple of centuries as a country. So you may not be the biggest fan of your country's strategy and world events, but, I mean, the Swiss haven't done all that badly, bro. Just from my perspective all the way over here across the Atlantic, the Swiss have not done that badly historically. So maybe that foreign policy ain't such a bad thing. And now the question for you. What kind of work do you do in your regular job? Cool. Currently in my regular job, I work at a fish farm. I work at a big indoor warehouse with a bunch of giant fish tanks. I mean, like 5 feet deep, like hundreds of thousands of gallons fish tanks. We raise South American fish for eating, and we generally speaking, I just make sure nothing breaks and I feed them, and I also clean the place regularly. I work overnights, so we don't engage in that many new projects. I work alone basically for 12 hours straight. I work from 4 p.m., that's 4 in the afternoon, to 4 a.m., and I do that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday through to Thursday morning. So I work 48 hours a week, and it's almost entirely alone, which drives me nuts. I hate it, but, except for Wednesday nights, I have a coworker. And I really I throw buckets of food at the fish, and I make sure the pumps keep running, and I make sure the filter doesn't break, and I make sure the place stays clean, as relatively clean as you can make a fish farm. Now, let me tell you, fish farms are dirty. Like any other farm, fish farms are really, really dirty. The environment that we're in, because they're South American fish, it's like 90 degrees and like 90% humidity 100% of the time. So it's very, very hot and very, very moist, which means that it's a great environment for bacteria to live, and also fish make a lot of poop. So it's really, 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 really dirty, like all the time, and I do lots of cleaning. Cleaning is like my number one thing outside of making sure the fish don't die. There's lots and lots of poop involved. Lots and lots and lots of poop. One of my main jobs is to actually just vacuum up poop with a pool vacuum. Like, that's what I do on a regular basis. So, yeah, that's my regular job. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but, it's not that big a deal, so, that's the answer to that question. I'm a fish farmer. And Ben Rex continues, says, I'd love to read your books. I like this genre, and whenever I have an idea for a book or a game or whatever, I write them down. One or two ideas are now big and deep enough to be able to turn into a real story, but I lack time and motivation to actually write a story. You know what? That is not something to be underestimated. Writing a full story takes a lot of time and a lot of commitment, which is why I have not actually written a full novel yet, because I'm not ready to commit to that. So, very cool. Well, if I do write anything, I will let you know. So, thanks for saying that, Benny. And Benny says, have a nice week. You have a nice week as well, Benny. Assuming we don't have any questions from our Facebook Live viewers right now. Hi, guys. How's it going? We're actually done for today. Super short Q&A Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed the Power Monday post yesterday. I'm trying to do Power Minutes every single Monday from now on. Tomorrow we've got Going Superhuman. We're going to go over the judo tournament that I had this past weekend. Thursday, new video going up. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a surprise. And then Saturday, I'm going to try and do another Snapchat splat, which is just, some clips from my regular Snapchat stuff. If you're not following me on Snapchat, you should be. Let's see. Oh, we do have a Facebook Live question, and it's from my lovely wife. And she says, are you excited to have a car again and put the bike to rest? The answer to that is yes. My wife's car has been in the shop for a better part of 3 weeks now, and I have been riding my bicycle to work, which is not so bad when I'm going in, but when I'm coming home after working a 12-hour shift at 4 in the morning when it's very, very, very cold around here, it's not been the most pleasant thing in the world. Plus my butt gets all sore. So yes, I am absolutely excited to have a car again and put the bike to rest. We're going to pick the car up right after this video. So yes, hi honey, I love you. So that's it for today's video. Nice short one. Hopefully next week we'll have more questions because we'll actually have audio on the YouTube. Thanks for watching. And next week's question for you is, if you could learn one martial art, any martial art in the world, you could even pick a fictional martial art if you wanted to, something from like comics or, movies or books or whatever. If you could learn any martial art in the world, what martial art would it be and why? Go. Okay, so thanks for watching. As always, remember to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.